Hi, I'm Brenda Buglione, and welcome to a brand new season of Snow Motion, your source for all things skiing. This week, we're riding up the chairlift with Lauren Macuga, who is a rising star on the U.S. Alpine ski team. And then Lauren shares a ski tip that's helping her ski really fast on the World Cup. I'll visit with Alexander Kilde and other members of Norway's ski team, the Attacking Vikings. And later, Tommy Ford reveals his talent for art in Draw the Line. Winter is finally here, so let's get started.
For some, 4:30 a.m. is sleeping in. Oh, this? It only looks easy because we've done it 1,000 times. And winning? We know a thing or two about that. Success is no accident. It's earned every day when it comes to the mountain or investing. It's why at Stifel, we're proud to support the Stifel U.S. ski team as they chase their dreams. The Stifel U.S. ski team, where success meets success.
40 years dedicated to making ski boots that fit better, feel better, and perform better, and you get pretty good at it. But don't take our word for it. Just ask Kevin Gabarra, who says his Surefoot boots are more comfortable than his tennis shoes. Or Kayla Shields, who finally skied a day without her feet killing her. Or Michael Hensley, who just thinks Surefoot is awesome. Or John Thompson, or Christy Kay, or any of these folks. Stop by a Surefoot and see for yourself just how much better your ski boots can feel and perform.
Snow Motion is brought to you by Stifel, where success meets success. And by Gorsuch. In a breakout season, U.S. ski team racer Lauren Macuga captured her first World Cup win and World Championship medal in Super G in 2025. The Utah native is eyeing the Olympics along with her sisters, who each compete in 3 different disciplines. Today we get to ride the chairlift with Lauren Macuga, U.S. speed skier. She's rocking it. You had such great results.
It was the second year on the World Cup tour and it went great. Got to sit in the leader's chair. That was always a dream. So
sitting in the hot seat, that must have been so
exciting.
Oh my
gosh. So I never thought I'd be sitting, and all of a sudden I was like, wow, this is kind of nice.
What does it feel like going so fast?
Oh, it's so cool to go so fast. Like, you're on the edge, like everything's on the edge. One wrong move and it goes very poorly. So it does sound scary, but it's also like a thrill to be able to say, like, I'm going, like, averaging like 80 miles an hour going through this ice track. And like, when you do well, it's such a reward to be like, oh, I did that.
You're from a family of skiers.
Yeah. Now I have 3 other siblings, and 2 of them are actually also on the U.S. ski team, but for moguls and ski jumping. And I have a younger brother that also does alpine. We want to get at all the sports.
Yeah, I can't believe you have a ski racer and a bumper.
We got everything going on. So it's Sam is a jumper, then me, then Allie's a mogul, and then Daniel. Daniel's the youngest and the only boy.
And he's a ski racer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I bet you're a good mentor to him, though.
Yeah. I try to be. It's nice because, like, you don't have to compete against each other, being men and women, and I like to give him tips. And when he comes to me, it makes me excited that I can help him. So.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Well, I love your family. I love that. Do your mom and dad ski? Yeah, they must.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big skiers. They didn't grow up doing any competitive skiing, so they did water skiing and basketball, and somehow we have 3 of us on the U.S. ski team, so I don't know what they did right.
And a ski jumper, where do you still ski jump?
Yeah, so I live in Park City, Utah, so the Utah Olympic Park has one of the few ski jumps left in the U.S., so Sam kind of started there.
Now, what program in Park City helped encourage your family to get involved in the snow sports?
So we lucked out living in Park City, Utah. There's a local program through the Youth Sports Alliance called Get Out and Play. So every Friday through elementary school, kids can try every different winter sport. And it's super cool, and they shuttle you to and from the school into the mountain, and we all actually tried each other's sports.
Wow, so you've jumped before?
Yeah, not the big jump.
Yeah. Cool, what a great program to introduce all the different things that you can do on snow, right?
Yeah, no, it's very unique, and I think it's great to get more kids into winter sports.
The kids are better being active,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It's a great way to get them outside.
Lauren, you also grew up going to elite team camps.
Yeah. Since I can remember, did elite team camps, worked super close with Doug. When he started coming out to Park City, did those. Even me and Allie, mogul skiers, went out to Vermont and did one. So it's not just alpine skiers, mogul skiers can go too.
Okay, so to explain, just give a little description of what you do at an elite team camp.
Elite Team Camp is a way to get kids into like the fitness side of sport. And Doug Lewis, a former alpine skier, has done a phenomenal job in getting kids outside. You go to this camp, and I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's like a goal is like 100 burpees in a day, and you're like 14-year-old, you're like, I'm not gonna do that. And
that's tough.
Yeah, and then you go and do it and try to keep it fun. I think that's the most important part, is keeping every part fun. Like, yeah, gym is hard, but I mean, if you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it?
All right, so what are you thinking about to go faster? What goes through your head?
So right now, all I'm thinking about is getting to the front of the boot and over the outside ski. It sounds like very basic, like it's not that in depth, but that's when I'm able to generate more speed out of the turn.
And make a clean turn.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Make a fast turn.
That's fast.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm working on right now. It's not much, but it is what makes me fast.
Lauren, thank you so much for riding a lift with us. And it's good to get to know you, and we're going to be cheering for you this year. Everyone out there, Snow Motion, get behind this girl.
Thank you for having me, and thank you everyone else for watching.
Let's go take a run.
Yes.
Coming up, Lauren is back with a ski tip. I'll check in with the attacking Vikings from Norway, and retired free skiers team up in the backcountry in the film Kindred. Don't go anywhere.
How to be Michaela Schifrin. Be born with superhuman strength. Work hard. Then work harder. Win a lot, like a world record amount. That's how to become the best alpine skier ever. And if that seems too hard, maybe just watch Michaela and the rest of the Stifel US ski team chase their dreams this winter.
The athletes of Team USA train a lifetime for the opportunity to capture their dreams. At the Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute, we believe in those dreams. A national medical center for the United States Olympic Committee, providing the world's best orthopedic care, helping Team USA realize their dreams. The Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute.
TheFeed.com presents Athletes in the Wild. Of all the wild animals, the athlete is the most ferocious. A high-strung, muscle-clad creature with two speeds, beast and nap. These creatures require constant feeding, gels, bars, electrolytes, supplements, protein, and they forage at the feed, delivered fast like them. Please feed the animals.
For all my latest ski and fitness tips and chairlift interviews, subscribe to Snow Motion on YouTube and follow me on Instagram at Brenda Buglione 1. Well, we get to go skiing with Lauren Macuga. She's one of the best skiers in the world, so I thought let's take the opportunity to ask her what she's working on in her skiing and what makes her successful, so we can learn a few things.
Brenda, I'm working on getting over the outside ski. And for those that don't know, when you're making a turn, your outside ski is a ski farther away from you or your downhill ski. If you're on a really hard track, you get more grip when you're over the outside ski. This is a much more stable surface. It's also faster. You can generate more speed when you're pushing through the outside ski.
Show us where your body is to get your weight over the downhill ski.
Okay. You got your shoulders level with your hips and knees, and I'm getting over and pushing. Like, I can lift up my inside ski in a turn. Ideally, you want almost all your pressure over this ski, getting this knee in.
And the pressure in the front of the boot. Really, these are simple things that make such a difference. Keeping your weight over your downhill ski is going to give you the support, the balance, the power in your turns.
I might be one of the fastest people in the world right now, but that's all I'm working on, is getting that weight over it. And it can help anyone. It helps everyone, actually.
So I think a drill would be lifting your uphill ski in a turn to help practice.
I actually do that every morning, do some javelin turns before skiing.
Okay, let's do some. The javelin turn is keeping your weight on the downhill ski, and you lift the uphill ski and kind of just tip the tip. So I'm driving my shin, lifting my uphill ski, driving that downhill shin.
All right, Brenda, those look great. Do those every morning before skiing, and it just helps so much to put you in that right position.
Everyone do that your first run. Get you over your skis.
Yeah.
Get the power in your downhill ski. There is a team first mentality that undoubtedly contributes to the success of the Norway ski team. I sat down with Alexander Kilde, Atle Lee McGrath, and Anders Steen Olsen to hear about their passion for skiing and how they lift each other up. So some people call you guys the attacking Vikings. What are you doing in training that makes you so good? And you guys are like phenoms. I mean, really, like, how do you do it?
I think we're such great at wanting the best for each other and always trying to help each other. It's all about kind of trying to give more to the team than we expect to get back. If I'm starting before Atle, then I will get on the radio before he goes and give him as much information as I can about the conditions and how the course is running, and try to help him ski as fast as he can, even though that might give him a better chance at beating me.
But also, I think all the teams are doing the same.
Yeah, they're doing that.
Yeah, they're doing that, giving course reports and trying to, help the team. But I think in our team, what we know though is that it's genuine. It comes from the heart. We know each other so well because we're good friends, and we do it every day. We do it on the training. We sit down and have analysis together, and it's an honest feedback.
And when you grow up in Norway, it seems like a more skiing focused, and that's what you dream of when you're little. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it's no question that we're like a total winter sports nation, and we're lucky to have a lot of idols. I mean, Sander and I, we have Alex as one of our idols for sure. But then also it's something about the second that you step into the culture of what the Attacking Vikings is, you realize, or at least I realized from kind of how good it was. I heard it was good, but then I didn't realize how amazing it actually was until you step foot inside. Because that's very unique with our culture, that once you're in, you're in. And that's not necessarily the same for any other team, and I think that of course comes with us being a bit of a smaller nation, and we're not the biggest World Cup team, but that makes that we're very tight-knit together, and that we genuinely become great friends, which is hard to be friends and competitors, but I feel like we have a really good balance, and that's a big key to our team.
Devin Logan and Caroline Clare are two former Olympic slopestyle competitors who reunite in the backcountry in the film Kindred. Check out the full film on YouTube.
A lot of people look up to someone and wish that they could have their same life path. For me, it was really cool having that role model.
She comes from the same background essentially as me. I got it. I'll do our intro. Are you ready?
Yeah, we got good light right now. Do it now.
We're from Rockville Center, New York.
We went to one of the same ski academies, Mount Snow Academy.
We both moved out to Park City to pursue our dreams of skiing.
I was on the US ski team like her. We shared 5 or 6 years on the team together.
We both made the 2018 and 22 Olympic team and now both retired.
We're not in our neck of the woods.
Not many people are able to achieve this huge dream of theirs and then also celebrate it with their like superhero. She's also become one of my best friends, so it's pretty cool.
Look at us out here doing the damn thing.
Kindred.
40 years dedicated to making ski boots that fit better, feel better, and perform better, and you get pretty good at it. But don't take our word for it. Just ask Kevin Gabara, who says his Surefoot boots are more comfortable than his tennis shoes. Or Kayla Shields, who finally skied a day without her feet killing her. Or Michael Hensley, who just thinks Surefoot is awesome. Or John Thompson, or Christy Kay, or any of these folks. Stop by a Surefoot and see for yourself just how much better your ski boots can feel and perform.
Adventure. It doesn't stop after an injury. It just looks a little different by adapting. At the High Fives Foundation, we help athletes rediscover freedom on snow, dirt, and water. From empowerment grants to adaptive sport camps, we're here to turn setbacks into comebacks. High Fives Foundation, preventing life-changing injuries and providing resources and hope if they happen.
Get it. Excellence meets elevation. Inspiration drives innovation and high performance. iCapital and US Ski and Snowboard have teamed up, united by a shared commitment to pushing boundaries. Using expert tools to navigate complexity and reach new heights.
Snow Motion is brought to you by Surefoot. Better fitting, better skiing. And by Oakley. Welcome back to Snow Motion. If I had to pick one exercise to get my legs in the best shape for the ski season, it would be the squat. Let's find out why in my fitness tip. Today for our fitness tip, we have exercise specialist Kate Kerwin. She's not only my daughter, but she's also a former D1 NCAA alpine ski racer. Kate knows how to get strong for the slopes. What exercise did you do when you were training to be an alpine ski racer?
When you think of skiers, you think of strong legs. And the squat is the most basic, best exercise to get those strong legs.
Okay, let's do some squats.
The best thing about squats is there are so many different variations on ways that you can make it work for you. First, we'll go over the basics of how to do a great squat. First, you'll want to start with your feet hip width distance apart. And you want your weight to be mostly in your heels. And you'll lower down, driving your knees forward and your butt back, keeping your chest upright and pushing through your heels, pushing your heels into the ground to extend forward. And then you'll lower back down.
So when you come up, I was told to squeeze your glutes.
Yes.
At the top of every extension.
And the progression up from that is you can add a squat jump. So you'll come down and you'll use this momentum to shoot you up. And when you land, you want to make sure your knees are staying wide and you're landing nice and soft.
Keep your knees over your toes.
To make this harder, you can grab some weights. You can hold these weights on either side of you, like suitcases, or, which I like to do, is you can hold them up on your shoulders here. Just be sure to keep your chest up and your eyes up looking down the hill.
Okay, so down. I like to go when I get to the top, extend.
Yeah, that's great. And you can use your momentum to help out your arms. Really think about pushing the floor away with your heels.
I think about when I lower, I'm getting my hips back.
Exactly, and you're sitting back into a chair behind you.
And then when I go up, I engage my core. So up, engage.
And squeeze your glutes.
So in this exercise, you're getting the endurance to ski from the top.
of the mountain to the bottom.
Exactly, that's why the squat and variations of the squat exercise are so important to being a good, strong skier.
When you're skiing, there's always places where you have to get up a hill. Here's one of my favorite ways, and that's the duck walk or the herringbone, where you just step to the inside of each edge, transferring your weight and pushing with your poles. You can generate speed from one ski to the next using the inside edge. And if the slope is really steep, another way is just to sidestep up. Another thing to think about is if you can look ahead and see that the slope is going to go uphill, or you're traversing across a mountain and you need to carry speed, the best thing to do is to get in an aerodynamic tuck. This is going to be a lot faster than if you just stood up across the hill. You'll carry more speed and get up a little bit of the hill. Another way is to really skate hard, and a lot of ski racers know this because they do it out of the starting gate. You push as hard as you can, skating, pushing with your arms, reaching to get up the hill. There's a lot of mountains with lots of cat tracks, so these tools will help you maneuver yourself around the mountain and at times help you get access to even better skiing. When a broken femur sidelined Tommy Ford from ski racing, it gave him time to pursue a degree in studio art. Tommy makes the connection between skiing and creating art in the episode Draw the Line, from Head Skis and Shin Bang Creative.
Hey, I'm Tommy Ford. I'm a member of the U.S. ski team. I'm a World Cup GS racer, and I'm an artist. I'm back home here in Bend, Oregon. Been skiing a lot at Bachelor this spring. There's a lot of snow in these volcanoes still. It's a pretty good spot here. We got a river right down the street, mountains up high, beautiful ponderosa pines towering above the town. Coming home and being in one spot for a while is so nice. It's just a reminder of where the roots are at.
This is my dad, Mark Ford. He did some nice things like raise me and show me how to get down the hill safely and fast, find the love for skiing. Training nice and early, warming up my ankles and my knees, hips. Send it.
Pretty sweet conditions. Yeah. Back in 2013, I broke my femur and went to school while I was healing and majored in studio art at Dartmouth. Yeah, I dove into it, and it turns out it's like kind of similar to doing a sport. With skiing, you make a nice smooth edge and you can feel it. You really listen to the material, it turns into this piece of art. I think Bruce Lee said it best. Flow state's like being water. Snow is water, but it's frozen, so you gotta become water. And how I relate that to drawing is like my drawing, I really try to be pretty gestural and expressive. And that's why it really attracted me when I was injured. It's like I had a hard time getting in the flow state without moving too much. And I started drawing, so I just try to be pretty present. So I'm like practicing the mindset I have with ski racing. I'm definitely inspired by nature. I tend to dive into biomimicry, to see the natural rhythms of nature. When I'm not thinking clearly, it's typically because I'm emotional, like I'm angry in my run or something. So I try to like express that out in a way that's sustainable.
Hi, Martin. Summit. Squares of tree blocks.
Usually I draw quite a bit the night before a ski race. It's also a good practice to be present. 90% of ski racing is downtime, and art's been a good occupier of time. It's like this internal reflection of like what my body needs. Like I'm listening to materials with sculpture, I'm listening to my body in the same way. What I love about ski racing is kind of all these little things, the process, like tuning skis and having to be in tune with your body. All that stuff's pretty cool and keeps me involved through the summer. Daniel takes care of these things. I don't need to do much. Daniel's been my serviceman for 9 years. But I really love just the feeling of skiing and like the freedom it gives me, like the feeling of flying down a hill and forces that you can create with your edges and your skis. Like these things can handle a lot of force. Those are stiff, but when you really bend them, they spring back. Getting strong is like motivation to bend these even more and feel the slingshot across the hill. My goals for this next season are to continue to enjoy myself. Pressure's a privilege. With every ski race, there's a mistake, but it doesn't matter. Like you still gotta get back in it. Drawing is like that. It's like I make mistakes the whole time. It's basically like correcting mistakes, and that's like why drawing is such a cool analogy for ski racing for me. Well, this is as far as I got. A drawing of my backyard.
Well, that's all for this episode of Snow Motion. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next time for more winter sports action. Until then, I'm Brenda Buglione, and we'll see you on the slopes.